On homework 17.1, and the problem states for number 1 that we have the red flower beetle, and we have a population of 180 total beetles, and 63 of those beetles have white eyes, which is a recessive trait. Now we want to know the number of beetles with the heterozygous genotype big B, little b. So we have to identify that this right here is going to give us our Q squared. So we do 63 because that's the population of beetles with white eyes, which is the recessive little b. So we would do 63 over 180. And this would give us 0.225. This would be equal to Q squared. So now, once we do that, to find Q, because for the heterozygous, we're using 2PQ. Now, it's important to remember to round this. So we would get 2.23 equals Q squared. And now we would square this, and that would give us that Q is equal to 0.48. So now we have our Q for this equation, which will give us the heterozygous number of beetles. So now we find P by doing 1 minus 0.48. And this is the same thing as the P plus Q equals 1 equation. And it's going to give us that P is equal to 5.52. So P is equal to 0.52. So now what we're going to do is we're simply going to plug in these numbers into this equation.
There has to be an equal chance for all the members to use.
And when that is all multiplied out, we're going to get that this is equal to 0.5, which is the same thing as 50%, because you multiply times 100, you move the decimal place, so you do 50%. And now to get the number of beetles, what we would do is we would get this, and since it's 50%, which 50% is half, we'd simply divide 180 by 2, and that would give us, pause. So there's an error in the total population. The actual number is 280. So then we continue on with the same processes. The numbers are the same. And then we'd get 280 divided by 2, which would equal 140. So 140 is equal to the number of beetles in the population that have the heterozygous genotype, the big B, little b. And these are the expected number of beetles that have this trait, 140.